this mentality of seeking appreciation?
See, to begin with, if you seek some appreciation, it's fine, but being dependent on it, if our dharma or karma is very dependent on it, then it's a big problem, because sometimes you may not get appreciation also. So it's only through jnana that we can do. Krishna says that in the Bhagavad Gita, there's nothing better than jnana, because it is only through reasoning that one can get rid of these dependencies. The more we are attached to our bodily existence, the more we will seek all these appreciations. When our practices become a bit genuinely spiritual, we are motivated to do spirituality independently of anything. That's what I was also explaining, that our understanding of Atma and Paramatma is with reference to the world. When it becomes independent of that, then it's easier to deal with. So, honestly, start doing attentive chanting, start reading with genuine quest, not for the sake of speaking or sharing or just for this, but for genuinely knowing it. When you are reading scriptures, think about it that this is something which I have to apply on myself and so on. So it helps. Try to minimize the noise and chaos of this world. So then you get attached to doing the right thing, irrespective of appreciation. It takes a while, but it's okay. Slowly. Then a stage will come that, like in case of Arjuna, the appreciation itself is something which you don't want. When Arjuna won the battlefield of Kurukshetra, obviously it was a great victory, right? But the nature of victory was such that the appreciation meant nothing. The chaos was so much, you killed all your cousins and loving ones. After that, the appreciation means nothing. But Krishna tried to tell him, do dharma for the sake of dharma, not for the sake of anything else. So when you don't get appreciation for something, become stubborn that I want to do this thing now more. Because now it is a fight against yourself. I will do it even if I don't get appreciation. Otherwise, when will you learn, right? When will we learn? If we are always motivated by external things, we will never be able to, there will be zero progress. There will be a lot of knowledge, information, and maybe institutional positions, but there will be no experience. And does that help a bit?
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
Yeah, Prabhu, here. Take this mic.
Probably just an extension of the same question. That is for the receiving of appreciation. But how that unknowingly we build sometimes appreciating devotees for giving a good lecture or any other aspects. And indirectly maybe we are crossing that and building that other person is trying to expect it of next time, some sort of more of appreciation. How do we control that line that we don't go and over appreciate?
So be genuine in your appreciation. Flattery is it's an offense actually if you flatter someone. If you want to actually destroy someone, then keep flattering. Appreciation always has to be genuine. And if you cannot have it, then at least the culture, when in our sadachar, when we learn that, okay, at least have this culture to appreciate the little things. So that's for our purification, so that we do not become too judgmental or egoistic. So we appreciate a little bit, but we No need to artificially try to do things. So sometimes there are devotees, oh Prabhu, you are so wonderful, you are so amazing, and they don't stop. There is one devotee in our ashram like that. And I'm like, okay, stop now, when will you stop? The appreciation becomes boring. Sometimes it is too much that you just cannot handle it. So sometimes I tell him that, you are crossing the level of flattery. At least limit yourself a bit. But he tries to practice the principle of appreciating. So any small thing you do, so he's very genuine in this, in his every little thing he try to pick it, and I have not seen anyone who appreciates someone like that. He always has 10 things to say about anybody. So I feel it should be honest. Yes, no.
So you mentioned a few, like the Nobel laureates and all, where they came out with a few things, and it has parallels with our Vedic scriptures. So I know your background, and just want to know your realization of the parallels that you draw between the Nobel laureates and the knowledge that we take for granted. What I know is like the birth of the universe, for example. So they realize it's actually shorter than what they were already perceiving before the Hubble telescope went up. So that is in line with what we thought. There's no such thing as Big Bang theory, and it happened at a time, when the universe came out of Vishnu pause. So these are slowly coming out. So I just want to know your realization. We still take parallels, we still understand through the material medium. What do you think about it?
So, like when I first heard about this concept of quantum entanglement, I was really, really impressed and baffled. Also the concept of this idea of whatever research is happening in the CERN laboratory in Switzerland, it is just, it is like they are trying to find what is the fundamental source of everything, and the atom is no longer the fundamental, and it's just gone beyond string theory now. And yes, most may not understand, but the whole idea of qubit is that anything can have any property. So when I could just relate when Brahmaji, whatever he's praying in the Brahma Samhita, so it is, Brahma Samhita is something which Brahmaji is writing, right? Now Brahmaji is a person with pure intelligence. So when he says, this Angani Yasya Sakalendriya Vritti, that any of his senses can do anything, something which comes, that means the physical form is not limiting the truth at any level. Like I will only able to see, right, for us. But for Krishna it does not limit. In positive definition, when you look in the linguistics of language also, every word is a limiting behavior. For example, when I say I means that which cannot eat, that which you cannot hear, that which cannot, like that. What can it do? What it cannot do is too much than what the I can do. So I can do only one thing, and rest of the 1,000 things it does not do. So every word essentially, even whatever words we use, let's say water. So positively water has its property, but largely it is limiting that it only has this, it does not have any of these things. In Krishna's case, it does not have that limit. And now they are coming to this conclusion that the fundamental property of the nature itself is like that. So the words like Devi Esha, Gunamai, Devi, the words like, so one scientist, he says that it is just impossible to fathom now the whole physics, the idea of physics is collapsing. Now this is where they are acknowledging that this is beyond human comprehension, where they say that, and that's why they say that this idea of achintya or inconceivable is only in the Vedic literatures. No other literatures highlight this idea. So I have no realization, I'm just excited. I just feel that it is so much more than the Puranic approach of the truth. Puranic approach are the pastimes which we see, and generally we relate to the pastimes based on our human experience, right? But every Acharya, he says, oh Krishna, you have this kind of hairs, your lips are like the bimba fruit and your eyes are like Pankaja Navaya and Pankaja Netraya, all these kind of things. They refer to flowers and fruits, but then they say you are Achintya. Because they are trying to define Krishna with whatever beautiful is existing. But then they say still he is beyond that. So inconceivable means that, right? We cannot conceive, and let's appreciate it. So my realization is just that I enjoy it. It's just beautiful. So when I see Krishna, or even today I was seeing the form of Jagannath at one devotee song, I was just thinking of Anand Kumar Rose's. What I see is so limited. Because the form of Jagannath limits us to Jagannath Puri, and Lord Chaitanya's pastime. It is so difficult to understand other things. So, it just gives a sense of what our Upanishads are. So when scientists, they glorify Lord Shiva in a very different way in the sun. They glorify the statue of Nataraj, which is there in the sun outside. The cosmic dance. So just, you can fall in love with Krishna if you simply follow physics or maths. At least the Krishna's potencies. If you would know that this person appears as Krishna, one who is, then the appreciation, it's just appreciation. It's okay. What is your realization?
No particular improvement. What you say axiom is what is accepted in physics now because it's unconceivable. Only then it makes sense. So just like that, I think you just accept what Acharya say. I don't think that there's spot to understand. So much of research has been done before us. We just
It's just that the depth of our scriptures is unbelievable. So I have started appreciating these words inconceivable, unfathomable, and so on, just by reading the universe, its size, and all of that. You cannot conceive the number of atoms. There are more atoms in your body than there is the entire galaxies in the universe and the planets. Can you believe this? And each atom is a living, highly energetic particle. Yes,